Oh, that's his original residence. Wow. If you don't consider yourself a museum person, the C.M. Russell Museum in Great Falls, Montana just might change your mind. This isn't so much an art gallery as it is a storybook, one that tells the tale of a Montana cowboy named Charlie Russell. A self-taught artist, Charlie captured the world he knew best, the people, landscapes, and lifestyle of the American West. Along the way, he surrounded himself with a colorful circle of friends, Native Americans, frontier characters, fellow artists, wealthy collectors, and even celebrities like Will Rogers, Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, and film director John Ford. I think he painted these when he was 13. Charlie always preferred drawing to writing. When asked to report on the condition of a 5,000-head cattle herd, Cowboy Charlie instead sketched a starving cow about to collapse before a pack of wolves. He titled it Waiting for a Chinook. That simple postcard told the story far better than words could, and it became his breakthrough. Displayed in a Helena shop and picked up by newspapers, it launched Russell's career. Behind Charlie stood his wife, Nancy, the driving force behind his success. While he painted and sculpted, she promoted his work tirelessly, making sure the world recognized his talent. Today, the museum holds more than 3,000 of his pieces, paintings, sculptures, illustrated letters, and sketches. But it offers far more than Russell's art. You'll find a remarkable cultural exhibit with over 1,000 Northern Plains Indian artifacts, works by other renowned Western artists, rotating contemporary exhibitions, a Browning firearms display, even the original back bar from the historic Mint Saloon, where Charlie once kept a studio. And of course, there's his preserved home and cabin studio. Indoor plumbing, tiny little kitchen. The story of the museum itself begins with Josephine Trigg, a close friend of the Russells. Over her lifetime, she collected 153 of Charlie's works. Instead of selling them, she gifted the collection to Great Falls on the condition that a museum be built within 2 years. That gift, combined with Russell's preserved home and studio, formed the original museum. In the 1930s, the log cabin studio was moved a short distance from the house and expanded, blending the old with the new. Today, both remain open for visitors to explore. So this was his studio, and this was the original museum. You can tell from this picture that they had to raise the roof to get out one of his paintings that's raised significantly. When Charlie died in 1926 at the age of 62, the scale of his funeral showed just how deeply he was loved. Thousands lined the streets as schools, businesses, and government offices closed to honor him. His body was carried in a horse-drawn hearse, followed by his riderless horse, Dexter. Next year marks the 100th anniversary of his passing, and tributes are already underway. If you find yourself in Montana, put the C.M. Russell Museum at the top of your list.
Watch your head.
There's a hitching post made here. Great Falls Ironworks. What an amazing museum. Highly, highly recommend it. Worth every penny. Now we're going to have lunch before we start heading south.
In 600 feet.
Nice spot. You can hear the creek below us, and I see someone back there fishing. The bugs aren't bad at all. They're not really out yet. I bought these amazing Walla Walla onions the other day, so I'm going to cook one up with some potatoes, and then who knows what else we'll have with it, but I'm going to do that outside. You're in here taking a nap.
Well, you see, my pillow was calling to me, and the pillow said, hey, you haven't slobbered on me in a while, so come on in here, take a nap.
Those look good. And those look good too. This is the experiment, the leftover vegetarian taco stuff. And I had a 1/4 cup of baked beans that I threw in there. So you can tell me what it makes the taco stuff taste like. Nice little stream. Look at these flowers. So yesterday I said to the woman in the museum, I said, we're going to Laurel for the best fireworks in Montana. She had never even heard of Laurel. So she thinks all the towns say that. So we may, who knows what.
Discover it's not the best.
Yeah, who knows what we'll find out. You think there are mosquitoes in here? Is that why you still have your thing on?
Oh.
Okay, I think we're a lot of hours away, so at least we'll hit the fireworks. Temperature has dropped significantly. It's actually 47 degrees this morning. And as soon as we have cell service, we'll find out what it's going to be down in Laurel. A chance of rain, but I don't see any clouds. That was yesterday. What do you think?
The chance of rain was around 6 p.m. until 1 a.m., but it was only a 20% chance.
Today?
Today, it's very light rain, but it's supposed to be fairly cloudy most of the day down there. It's, 180, 200 miles away.
There's no hose bib on this faucet, so we're using, what's that device called, John? I forgot. What?
I forget. It's like the second time in 8 years we've used it.
Yeah. I don't know. Not a dingo, but it sounds something like that. It's called a water bandit. You have to shove it as hard as you can up there. Our campground didn't have water, so we went to the next one, which is called Kings Hill, and it had water, and and there are fewer trees here. Looks like they had I don't know. There's a much younger trees, fewer trees, but also fewer people. So it's cold. This would be the one to go to because you get more sunshine. Got some nice spots up here, though. So far, we've only seen 2 campers. Oops, I got skiing right here. I wonder what that one's called. Oh, there it is. It's called Showdown. Showdown. Montana is the 4th biggest state in land area, but only about 1.1 million people live here. You'll often drive for miles without much traffic. Its nickname, Big Sky Country, comes from its endless horizon. It's blessed with Glacier National Park, Yellowstone's northern entrance, Flathead Lake, the largest natural freshwater lake in the western U.S., and Bighorn Canyon. It has the largest migratory elk herd in the U.S., and it's home to one of the best fossil hunting regions in the world. We're closing our day out with a night at Walmart, and there are going to be fireworks coming from that direction. I don't know if we'll see them, but we might. Laurel, Montana calls its 4th of July celebration the largest in the state. After seeing it for ourselves, it's easy to understand why. The neighborhood fireworks alone started an hour before the official show and could have been a finale in its own right. Butte, however, claims the title of Montana's biggest fireworks show, shooting off about 1,200 massive shells on July 3rd. It's a 20-minute long show, with some shells weighing over 20 pounds and exploding 600 feet wide. Laurel's show is a different kind of experience. It stretches on for nearly an hour, with thousands of shells filling the sky and a non-stop display. So while Butte may deliver the biggest shells, Laurel delivers the longest, most immersive celebration. And for us, it felt like the whole town was in on it, even from the Walmart parking lot. As of May 2025, Montana imported $4.7 million worth of fireworks, ranking 7th nationally in total import value. My friend texted me and she was complaining about the fireworks back home last night, that it kept her up for a couple hours. She's never seen fireworks like they have here in Montana. The neighborhood fireworks are like the official fireworks we have back home. And they don't start until 10, and they didn't end until midnight here in this little teeny tiny town called Laurel. But then we spoke to the woman in the store, and she said that it may be the last year because they're I don't know, they're doing some work where they have the fireworks now. They don't want fireworks destroying the grass and blah, blah, blah. So, but I have a feeling they'll find an alternative spot. But anyway, that was quite a show. I would have hung outside and watched it all night, but it was just too buggy. Okay, now we are heading toward Bighorn Canyon.
Everything about here at Bighorn.
Yeah, everything's big here in Montana. Big sky, big horns, big timber. And we're going to do a boat tour on Monday. Today's Saturday. We're going to do a boat tour on the water. And then tomorrow we'll do all the driving stuff. See that?
Yay.
Because by Tuesday it's going to be really hot. What, 100 degrees?
100 degrees.
Ugh.
100 degrees.
I don't know if I can handle that. Lovell, Wyoming is the gateway to the Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area. It began as a massive cattle ranch in the late 19th century, was later transformed by Mormon settlers, and is known as the Rose Town of Wyoming. Welcome to Wyoming. They do the same thing with the Cadillacs they did with boats. That's funny. Welcome to Franny. We're in Lovell, Wyoming, waiting for our laundry. And this is a nice mural. Nice little pocket park. I like it. That is Bighorn Canyon. They've got their own horseshoe bend there. So we'll probably, I'm assuming we'll be, when we're on the boat, we'll see that. And it's the 10th deepest canyon in the country, not the 3rd as somebody had posted online. 1951. The last rodeo is playing here. And those are not the safe and sane fireworks that we get back home. These are insane fireworks. We've stayed here before. I didn't know we'd ever been down this road. So what's up with that? This is too funny. They do have showers here. This is a free campground with donation based. And they have showers, they have a dump, they have water. So we may or may not stay here because it's still early, but we're gonna at least shower here. John just called the movie theater in town. They're all open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays? I don't know. Anyway, they're open today. And a person answered the phone.
Yeah.
And the price was?
$5.
$5 for the matinee, $6 for the evening. What was the last movie you saw that was only $5? Storm is brewing out there. Woo. The theater is about a 15-minute walk, so we're gonna head on over there and see the last rodeo. Wow, it's a big theater. Even smells old.
This is higher. $2.50? Oh.
No, it's $2.50. So the popcorn was $2. The medium drink was $2.50. Back home, you can't get a drink for less than $5. Probably $7.
That's a small.
Yeah. And popcorn is.
And the red vines are $20.
That's right. That theater was huge.
Sure.
I wonder what the population was back in the 1950 when it was built.
57.
No, it was 51.
It's older than I am.
Yeah,
Holy
I know,
moly.
it's older than we are.
Jeez.
But it's like, did they fill this theater? So they're open on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I guess they get a new movie every week.
But it probably wasn't television out here till the mid-50s.
That's true. That's true. Campground is completely empty. We had about 4 or 5 people here last night. This is 14A, which is the old 14, and this is where the fun begins. It's a nice little theater.
Recreation area.
Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area straddles Montana and Wyoming, with 2 separate districts that aren't connected by road. On the Montana side, the canyon views are especially dramatic, where Bighorn Lake winds between sheer cliffs that rise 1,000 feet above the water. Wildlife thrives here: wild horses, bighorn sheep, eagles, and pronghorn. And the river below the dam is world famous for blue ribbon trout fishing. The canyon walls reveal more than 500 million years of geologic history, from ancient seas to mountain uplifts. Rugged and isolated until the 60s, the area was transformed when the Yellowtail Dam created the 71-mile-long Bighorn Lake. The dam is named for Robert Yellowtail, a Crow leader who fought tirelessly to preserve his people's lands and rights. How is this for a site? It has water and power, $35. These envelopes are just a smidge too wide. Just a smidge too wide. 8 miles north of Horseshoe Bend Campground is Devil's Canyon Overlook, where the canyon walls rise 1,000 feet. Keep your eyes out for bighorn sheep, eagles, and wild mustangs. Wild horse right there. Turn to the right here. Right up there. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. It's quite a drop. Looking over will give you the heebie-jeebies. Peregrine Fund. They're the ones who funded the California condor. Yeah, it's a bighorn sheep right there. So cool. These guys are from Switzerland. They got their own Penske truck. Wonder if they're camping. I'm kind of guessing they are. Maybe.
You're gonna drive by that.
Yeah, we get to drive by the bighorn sheep too. No, oops. Hey there. Hi. Wow, they got 2 babies, 3 adults and 2 babies. Wow. Another 5 miles gets you to the Ewing Snell Historic Ranch. The Ewing Snell Historic Ranch was established between 1896 and 1898 by Erastus Ewing. He tried his hand at gold mining but gave up prospecting and established the ranch, irrigating crops from Layout Creek. I don't know what they are.
Young turkeys.
Oh, look at them all.
They're young turkeys.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay.
I think so.
That makes sense. Yep, there's the mother. In 1898, this place was designated a post office and operated until 1906. In 1918, the ranch was sold to Philip Snell. The shop building was operated as the Dryhead School from 1945 to 57. In 1964, Snell's descendants sold the ranch to Newell Sorensen, who in turn sold 640 acres to the Bureau of Reclamation for the construction of Yellowtail Dam.
A mother's determination, with only 3 students enrolled in school on the Dryhead, 2 being her own, Alma Snell convinced Carbon County to move the school to this log shop for 1945-46 and 46-47 school years. And there's the class photo of 1946.
Wow. Wonder where the other student lived. I have decided it is time to make a cobbler tonight. I have one package left, and every store we go into, I look for this, but I haven't found it yet. So I may have to order it online again. Anyway, canned fruit is always too sweet, so we bought some frozen peaches, and I need 14 to 16 ounces. So, oh, the whole package, John. This is going to be really fruity. Actually, doing delicious. There we go. Too windy to cook any place except the back of the van, so that's what we're gonna do. Here we go. And boop. This should work because I don't know how hot it gets underneath the stove. So I put it on top of the pan, put the silicone mat there so it doesn't slip off, and I've got my windscreen, but it's pretty still back here behind the van. This is so easy to make. So first you put the butter in and let it melt. Then you pour on the batter. Whoops. And then you put in the fruit on top. I always turn the flame off before I add the batter. Otherwise you'll burn yourself right through that hole. Okay, batter is in. Peaches are not thawed, but I'm gonna add them anyway. Here we go, put the lid on. And this thing is so easy to light. You just go like this. And it's lit. Now I just hope I don't run out of gas, but I do have an extra canister if I need one. It says cook for 40 to 45 minutes. I think I'll set for 25 minutes and then check it. And I got a new battery for my thermometer, so we should be good to go. By the way, we're expecting 35-mile-an-hour gusts, so that's why I'm back here in the back of the van. And I think the frozen fruit made it take a little bit longer, but I'm pretty sure that's ready. Even through the screen, it's a nice wake-up picture. Oh, 10 o'clock for the boat ride. There is a trail right from our campsite to the marina. Sit down and put on your seatbelt, please. As our boat heads into Bighorn Canyon, we're moving through 500 million years of history. The cliffs are mostly Madison limestone, laid down when this whole region was covered by a warm, shallow sea. The streaks of red and orange are iron minerals staining the stone and giving the canyon its dramatic look. Long before Europeans arrived or the construction of the Yellowtail Dam, the Crow people called it Large Bighorn Sheep River. Petroglyphs and teepee rings in the surrounding areas show thousands of years of native presence. The first Europeans were fur trappers and mountain men in the early 1800s. The Bighorn River was a key route for trapping beaver pelts. Later, gold seekers heading along the Bozeman Trail passed nearby, sparking conflicts with Plains Indians during Red Cloud's War. The canyons themselves became a notorious hideout for outlaws and horse thieves. Local lore claims Butch Cassidy's gang laid low here, though proof is scarce. By the late 1800s, settlers and ranchers moved into the surrounding valleys. Coal and oil were tapped in nearby basins, but the canyon itself stayed wild and remote. Everything changed in the 1960s with the construction of Yellowtail Dam. Rising 525 feet, it backs up the Bighorn River for 71 miles, creating the reservoir. Building it meant boring diversion tunnels through solid rock and pouring more than 1 million cubic yards of concrete. The project was controversial. The Crow Nation argued that the river belonged to them under treaties. In 1981, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the riverbed belonged to the federal government, not the tribe. It's a sensitive issue to this day. Today, Yellowtail Dam provides flood control, irrigation water for farms in Montana and Wyoming, and generates 250 megawatts of electricity, enough power for about 200,000 homes. Bighorn Canyon draws over 200,000 visitors a year. Beyond boating and fishing, it's famous for its bighorn sheep and wild horses, descendants of horses from local ranches and crow herds. People up there, John. What a difference between a weekend and a Monday. No. That was a 2 thumbs up hike.